Come sit with me, my little fellows, and let your granddad tell you a story about an old friend of mine. For many years we traveled the world together. Yes, we went on great adventures. See this line here? This is where I cut off strips and that I wrapped in beeswax to make a candle on a dark night. The leftover stump was rubbed into the fabric a different time when I wanted a dry surface to sleep on. That's when I found out that canvas and bees are great friends, and from then I always took some wax with me too. One time I slept on a rocky cliff and I cut off strips of fabric, sewed shut the sides and filled it with moss. Slept so well on that pillow that I woke up long after sunrise the next morning. One year I was doing a wildflower count. I wasn't ready to go home yet. Once I had used up all the food I had with me. Cut a triangle of fabric, found a branch that split into two at the end. I sewed the fabric around the V shape of the branch and then went into the cold water of the river and stood there patiently waiting for hours. I didn't catch many fish that day, but it was enough for me to have a bit of dinner, and it was great fun. Anyhow, I know this is just a piece of cloth to you, but to me, every cut reminds me of an adventure. And every new piece of fabric added at the end reminds me of a time when I was home again and preparing for the next trip. So you see, this plain cloth of canvas was for many years my greatest companion and my tie to home. All I needed except for food and the clothes on my back was a bit of wax, a knife, some thread and a lighter, and the world became my oyster. And if this piece of canvas could speak, it would say this to me. My dearest friends, what adventures we have had. My memories began long before you were around. I rustled cotton fields, wrapped looms and forced masts and saw the world. Then you found me that day and took me home. And that was for me when life began. Together we hiked high peaks, saw deep glens, traversed sharp cliffs. I was there with you always. I was your home, your heat, your pillow to cry on, your bread and your butter. I was your warm jumper on cold days and your sun hat on hot ones. I was your light and your darkness, and you were mine. And now you are old and spent, and bring me out when your grandchildren are visiting and tell them of our adventures. You show them my scars and tattoos. You tell them about times we rolled down a hill, about that summer when we fished for trout and how we overcame that one terrible storm in 1992. You tore me apart and fixed me again. My story is laced with your labors of love, but soon your body will bow to time, and mine will live on, scarred but sound, and I will sit patiently and wait for a new adventure to unfold.